Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are back for Southampton versus Manchester City in this 3 o'clock kickoff on the 19th of December. Could be quite the upset, maybe, depends how you see it, as Southampton are currently in third, as City are in ninth. A win would take Southampton to second. Obviously Tottenham still need to play, but it would put them in second for the mean time. City, without a out-and-out striker starting today, they are struggling for goals compared to previous seasons. Will they be able to get the goals they need to win this game? We'll have to see. 2,000 fans in the ground, as Southampton is one of 4 teams who are allowed fans in the stadium. Should make for a great encounter. Kickoff is in about 11 minutes time, and can we see maybe not even upset, just a good game, because Southampton are third. They've had a great start to the season. If they win this game, I don't think you can view it as an upset. Paul, hope you're doing okay. If you know anyone who might be interested in the stream, make sure you tell them to join. As this is the chosen commentary for game week 14 of the Premier League. I am excited. I think this would be a real good game, especially with the additional fans involved. I think that will just lift the whole place, and just give it a bit more meaning, even though the game's already has the meaning it needs. With fans, it just gives that extra boost to the players, and I think it'll make it a fantastic 90 minutes of football. I'll go through the lineups, well, with a bit of stats in a second. Obviously, you can already see them on the screen. They are the starting 11s for both teams. Some interesting absent players for Manchester City, but will we get a carbon copy of the game back in July where Southampton beat Manchester City at home 1-0? That Che Adams wonder strike from just inside the City half. It looped over Edison. We'll just have to see. I'm just going to get the stream out quickly on the Instagram, which I think the name of the Instagram is in the description. It is football_commentaries if you haven't followed it already. Let's get it out there, and if you're interested in entering a giveaway or you haven't done it already, that is also in the description, the giveaway video, where you just comment your current favourite player and you are entered. Just give me a second. There we go. That's one of the things you just got to do. You've got to get on the Instagram, try and get the people involved. There we go. But yeah, it is interesting, some of the players missing for Manchester City, and it is also interesting how Liverpool ended up winning the half-12 kickoff today. 7-0 against Crystal Palace. Absolutely unbelievable stuff from Jurgen Klopp's men. They've also got a week's break now, I think, of football, because League Cup is on in midweek, and City are involved in that against Arsenal at the Emirates, so that'll be interesting. No real break for Guardiola's men. Yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see how City fare against Southampton. They've had a great start to the season. 7 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses. They were 2-0 up, remember, against Manchester United a couple of weeks ago, and they ended up losing 3-2 actually, so they need to be careful against the blue side of Manchester. And they've only conceded 2 losses themselves. Manchester City have actually lost less than Southampton, 2 losses, one against Leicester, which they were beaten 5-2, and then one against Tottenham away, which ended 2-0. So yeah, it's deemed as a bad start. City have a game in hand as well, but you've got to remember, City are on 20 points, Southampton are on 24, so if City win today, they'll all go point behind Southampton, so it is very congested around the top half of the table. So 3 points from either team can change their position drastically. Southampton can go from 3rd to 2nd, City can go from 9th to, I think it's around 4th, I think. Yeah, they can go up to fifth. Obviously, games still have to be played, otherwise. But they've still got a game in hand themselves. I don't think City need to be panicking too much yet. Still time to improve. Yes, they need a striker fit and who's going to be ready to score the goals because there's no Jesus today. I think he's been rested or he's been dropped or however Guardiola's seen that one. Aguero was on the bench. Yes, Torres has scored a decent amount of goals from striker this season when he's played. Four goals in the Championship. I mean, in the Champions League. So he can score goals. Only one in the Premier League, but he'll be the one who's going to be looked at for the goals today. If he can supply them, that's a different question. Kickoff is 5 minutes away. Interesting to see fans in the grounds. As a lot of all the London grounds have been stripped away of fans after what I think 1 or 2 games that they're allowed in for. But yeah, this is going to be a good game. I'm excited. I think this is going to be one of the more exciting games. Hopefully, let's just hope for some goals. As the players will be entering the field anytime soon. I'll just go through the lineups quickly with a few stats alongside them. It is Alex McCarthy in goal for Southampton. He's played all minutes so far in the Premier League with only the 18, conceding 5 clean sheets. Kyle Walker-Peters is also playing at right back, keeping his role and keeping all of his minutes intact in the Premier League this season. He's at right back. Jan Bednarek and Yannick Vestergaard are the 2 centre halves. Bednarek also featured in all 13 games so far, started all 13, haven't completed all the games though. Like Walker-Peters and McCarthy, Vestergaard plays as well, scored 3 goals this season as a centre back already. Ryan Bertrand plays at left back as well, a flat midfield 4 of Theo Walcott, James Ward-Prowse, Auriel Romeu, and Gineppo comes in for Armstrong. He did play against Arsenal. Armstrong, he's dropped to the bench for today's game. Maybe a bit more pace on the left-hand side for Southampton could prove to be the difference today. And then front two, they're starting to become a little bit of a partnership themselves. Danny Ings and Che Adams, 10 goals between the both of them this season so far. 50th appearance this game for Che Adams, and Danny Ings is also looking for his 50th goal in the Premier League in today's game. Bench is going to be Fraser Forster, Stevens, Salisu Diallo, Tella Long, Redmond, Armstrong, and in Lundaloo. Sorry, that's a bit of a mouthful. Just need to change Gineppo. I thought I changed him out there. Obviously I didn't. Armstrong, there we go. And then for City, we have got Edison in goal. Kyle Walker at right back. Scored an assist in the last season against Southampton when they won by 2-1 at the Etihad. John Stones comes back into the side alongside Ruben Diaz. Ake played against West Brom in the week. João Cancelo is at left back. Ilkay Gundogan plays holding midfielder with Fernandinho. In the starting 11 today, he drops to the bench. Riyad Mahrez also dropped to the bench. Bernardo Silva comes in to play with De Bruyne along that midfield 3, and Raheem Sterling, 3 goals, 3 assists in the league for him. And no Aguero as of yet. It is Ferran Torres to lead the line for Manchester City. Just give me a second. My pen does not want to work. Oh yeah, it does. And then the bench is no Stefan, actually. It's Carson who is on the bench for City as a goalkeeper. Ake, Zinchenko, Benjamin Mendy, Fernandinho, Foden again on the bench. Mahrez, Aguero, and the youngster Felix Nmecha is on the bench as well for the first time he's been involved in a Premier League squad. Has made a couple of appearances in the first team, mainly in the Champions League and the League Cup. So that is it for the two teams. Kickoff is very, very close to being underway. Ward-Prowse the captain for Southampton, De Bruyne the captain for Manchester City. Walcott scored against his former club last week against Arsenal. Will he score against Manchester City today? You can see that City have definitely sacrificed goals for a better defensive record, because they usually play mainly like the 4-5-1 in a way, where they play one holder midfield, and they used to have David Silva and De Bruyne playing alongside Rodri, and they used to bomb forward and score loads of goals and concede quite a few in the process. But this time he's gone for a more defensive structure, playing two holding and just De Bruyne in front, and you can see he's definitely stopped the goals from going in. Yes, they've had a bit of a better defensive record, but other than that, they've not really brought more than that. But it will be Gundogan and Rodri to play today. The back four is the same as what it was in the derby. And interestingly enough, the whole back four, excluding the keeper, are all born in May. John Stones and Kyle Walker share a birthday on the 28th of May, Diaz on the 14th of May, and Cancelo on the 27th. So just the day away from Stones's and Walker's. So a full May back line for City. Edison unfortunately doesn't fall into that category, as he's born on the 17th of August 1993. And there is Guardiola as well, coming up to the age of 50 very soon. Mike Dean is the manager for the game today. The fourth official is Robert Jones, and Lee Mason is on VAR. It will be Southampton to kick off with Ward-Prowse. Southampton kicking right to left, Manchester City left to right in their white away strip, not in the coloured stripes of the darker colour they have as well. As the players do take the knee, over 400 players were asked if they'd like to continue the taking of the knee, and they all were in favour of it. And showing their solidarity, as we have kicked off with Ward-Prowse playing it back to Bednarek, who sends it down the left-hand side looking for Adams, keeps it on the pitch, but only as far as Rodri, who sends it long looking for Ferran Torres. Bednarek can head away, only as far as Gundogan, who tries to send it through towards Bernardo Silva, cut out by Vestergaard. Romeu, Bednarek, Vestergaard in the Southampton half, left-footed pass looking for Ings, cut out by Walker, finds Rodri now out to Diaz. As Manchester City have the possession of the ball within the first 30 seconds, it's Edison on the ball, goes to Rodri, goes to Stones in the box on the right hand side of the two centre halves, out to Cancelo, nice touch, try to take on Theo Walcott, just lays it back off to Ruben Diaz. And now back to Edison as the players just calm down a little. What score? 3-1 City. I'm going to go 2-2. I think it'll be a score draw. Rodri on the ball to Kyle Walker, all in the Manchester City half. De Bruyne's come short to help Kyle Walker, completes the 1-2, surrounded by red shirts. He needs to get rid of it, Walker. Does to De Bruyne, tries to hold it up against Bertrand, poked forward by Walker to Bernardo Silva. City have got out that tight situation. Now to Gundogan, now the left-hand side. He's got loads of room, and here's Cancelo with it. He's got Sterling ahead of him. He will use him just on the edge of the box. He's now in the box, cuts inside, gets past his man, and then another one, and just takes it too far there. Raheem Sterling out for a goal kick. Positive play, though, from the English winger. Got it from Cancelo, and got the ball right on the edge and the corner of the box. Took on Walker-Peters and Walcott, then tried to take a touch to get it past Bednarek, and the touch was too heavy, and the Polish international Bednarek can just see it out, and he is currently on the ball. The man who did score against Manchester United. All three of his goals he scored for Southampton were when they were in winning positions, and they've gone on to lose the game 3-2 in all three of those games where he scored those goals. They were against Chelsea, Wolves, and Manchester United. Here's Kyle Walker. Peters on the ball, the right back, signed from Tottenham. Ward-Prowse to Romeu. Closed down by Bernardo Silva. Does find Danny Ings, who's able to spin and turn and try and find Che Adams. Pass is too heavy, can't quite get it under his control, and City have possession again with Edison. Over to Kyle Walker. Quite confusing there. Kyle Walker-Peters and Kyle Walker. Edison clears it with the right foot, looking towards Ferran Torres. Couldn't bring it down. Will go way past him and does find the opposition fullback of Kyle Walker-Peters. It's now being moved back to Alex McCarthy forced Fraser Forster out the first team, and he's actually looking to get back out on loan to Celtic. Fraser Forster, former England international, made the 6 appearances for his country. As City do have the ball back once again with Ruben Diaz to his fellow Portuguese international João Cancelo. Just slow possession play for Manchester City. I forgot to start the timer. That's my fault. It's now Stones back to Ederson. Just a slow press from Southampton. Just try to catch Manchester City out. Diaz, heavy touch, does get it to Cancelo. Does keep it in play? No, he can't. Throw in for Southampton in the final third of Manchester City. From back towards the halfway line now with Bednarek. Forced back to the goalkeeper, McCarthy. Vestergaard, Bednarek, back to the goalkeeper again. Who goes to the opposite side, to the left-hand side, looking for Bertrand. Finds him in space. Gineppo. Poor touch, has to be forced back by Kyle Walker, then tries to turn him. Tackled by Kyle Walker. Deflects off the Southampton player last. And does win the throw-in, Kyle Walker. Thanks to everyone who is here and who's liked as well. City do have the ball with Diaz around the back. Yet to score for Manchester City. Diaz, surprisingly, he's had some great chances to do so. Mainly one against Porto away. Cancelo tackles Southampton player. Ward-Prowse battles as well and wins it for Southampton. Romeo goes inside to Danny Ings and they're away here, Southampton. In the City half, Gineppo's got lots of room to his left and he'll pass it to him. He's in the box. Left-footed strike. Good block from Kyle Walker, and the first corner of the game will go to Southampton. Nearly caught out Manchester City there. Too easy, too much room in the midfield. Rodri and Gundogan are nowhere to be seen, and Guardiola will look at that and be slightly frustrated of how Danny Ings was able to get so much room in that pocket of space. Gineppo is in for Armstrong. 1 goal this season, Gineppo, and that was against West Brom. Can he score again today as they flood the 6-yard area? Vestergaard and Bednarek. Like I mentioned just before kick-off, Bednarek and Vestergaard have already scored from set pieces this season. Vestergaard with 3 already. Ward-Prowse to cross it in towards the near post, headed away by Rodri, straight back out to Ward-Prowse. To Gineppo, who's going down the line. Fouled by De Bruyne, that should be a free kick. No, says the referee, and Bernardo Silva can clear. I thought he was tripped up there, Gineppo, but clearly not. Then here's Walker-Peters, who gets it from the City clearance and goes out wide right to Theo Walcott, number 32, for Southampton on loan from Everton. Sprinting at the defence and gets past Cancelo too easily. Stones there with a strong tackle to cover for his left back, who couldn't quite make the challenge himself. Thrown for Southampton, taken by Walker-Peters, now 35, Bednarek. Just above the halfway line is Kyle Walker-Peters, tries to go down the line, deflects to Romeo, who then sends it down the line himself towards a chasing Che Adams. Diaz can deal with it with Ederson, the 2 former Benfica players. Diaz to Cancelo, around the corner, looking for a City player, but has only found Ward-Prowse. It's now Romeo. Strong tackle there on Gundogan to keep it for Southampton. Walcott can cross it from the right-hand side, cleared away from John Stones. Solid defending from the former English international, you could say, not been called up for quite some time. John Stones, despite being a heartbeat or part of the heartbeat of the England World Cup team back in 2018. Does have 39 caps actually for England. Did score in that World Cup as well. But he's keeping Laporte out of the team. He's also not even in the squad. Aymeric Laporte. He's only made 4 appearances this season so far. His last one came against Tottenham. Rodri tackled in the midfield again, but the referee sees it as a foul, being a little bit too strong as he gets complaints from Ralph Hasenhüttl and Mike Dean's just, asked the question of, it's my decision. You can't do anything about it. But here is John Stones on the ball again. To Kyle Walker, who did inspire that comeback last season at the Etihad against Southampton, where they were 1-0 down in the first half. As Rodri's lost the ball, he wasn't involved in that 2-1 victory last season, and it's now Walcott tries to thread through Danny Ings, intercepted and headed away by John Stones towards De Bruyne, flicks it to Ferran Torres, back to De Bruyne, hits the knee of the Belgian and then flicks it over Romeo. Great skill. The 2 former Chelsea players battling there in the midfield, and it's now João Cancelo. Tries to go inside to De Bruyne, and he does find him. It's great skill from the Portuguese. It's now De Bruyne to Torres, poor touch, gives it away, but then thankfully for City falls back off Gineppo to Torres, and they have the ball again. Walker Silva. Stones to Diaz. Settled press from Southampton. Diaz again just on this left-hand side. Looks for, I think he's looking for Gundogan, but it fell to Torres. But a strong tackle from Vestergaard gives the ball to Walker-Peters, who spins and clears down the line out for a throw-in for Manchester City. Good ball from Diaz inside. I think he was looking for Gundogan. It just fell past him and went to Torres, but a strong tackle from Vestergaard stopped Torres from going anywhere. Fantastic challenge. Had a few of them so far. One from Stones, one from Vestergaard. Here's Torres from the throw-in. Clattered in the back. Mike Dean deems it as a fair challenge, and it's now Romeu on the ball in the Southampton half. Walker-Peters is forced back to Alex McCarthy. 10th appearance against Manchester City tonight. Alex McCarthy and his clearance gone straight to Walker, who heads it down to Rodri, deflects off Ryan Bertrand, falls to Bernardo Silva, takes on Gineppo, and goes to his left to Rodri again. Room on the left-hand side, and he does do a floated switch over to Raheem Sterling. One-on-one with Walcott, takes it past him, and then tackled by Danny Ings. Ball falls to Walker-Peters, and Southampton can bring it away. Left-footed pass looking towards Che Adams. He will get there, being defended against by John Stones. Holds it up and tackled by Stones, and that ball's been sent towards Walker-Peters. Then back towards the goalkeeper again. Good defending from Stones. He's been really impressive in his resurgence of his career in the last, month or so. Alex McCarthy with the ball. Short-sleeved shirt on. A couple of keepers are doing that these days. As a keeper myself, I'm more of a fan of the long sleeve, but that's his opinion of what he wants to wear. Rodri's been caught out in possession here as City won it from the clearance from McCarthy. It's now Danny Ings around 30 yards from goal. He's got options to left and right. He goes left to Gineppo on the edge of the box. Spins away from Bernardo Silva. Now enters the box down the left-hand side. Tackled by the Portuguese. He was looking for Bertrand, couldn't find him, and Bernardo Silva can run away with it. And he finds Gundogan. He scored against West Brom in the week. Left-footed ball out to Raheem Sterling. Charging at Walker-Peters. Gundogan's making a run off him. Tries to find him. Cut off by Walker-Peters, but falls to Raheem Sterling again. Bernardo Silva, who started the attack, goes right to De Bruyne, who's on that angle where he loves to put a cross in. It's a failed one that time, but it goes back to him and he can find Raheem Sterling. It's not a game of rugby. Raheem way too high the shots, and it will go for a clear goal kick for Southampton, who's always rising that. Always rising. The only game on in the Premier League currently. Next game is Everton versus Arsenal at 5:30. That'll be an interesting watch. McCarthy places it down to take the goal kick. Just goes short to his left to number 4, Yannick Vestergaard. Goes over to Bednarek. McCarthy to Vestergaard. Vestergaard and Bednarek keeping Jack Stevens out of the squad. It's actually quite funny because both of these teams' last red cards came on the same day. Back in June, as De Bruyne's won it from Southampton being sloppy within possession. He shot, he deflected wide, and will go for a corner. Yeah, both of their last red cards were on the 25th of June. City's was against Chelsea as Fernandinho handled it on the line, and Southampton's was against Arsenal where Jack Stevens was sent off. So I thought that was an interesting stat. But here is the corner. It'll be Bernardo Silva to take. Goes to the edge of the box to Gundogan, takes a touch, and then puts it back to Bernardo Silva. He's got a better angle for the cross, but goes back to Gundogan. He strikes it. It's deflected all the way to the left-hand side of the box where De Bruyne takes a touch and just has to slide to try and keep it within the City possession. He does get it to Walker, crossed over towards Diaz, heads it down to the edge of the box where it is Che Adams to get there, but De Bruyne tackles the striker and gets a cross in. It's been cut out by Walker-Peters, and that'll be another corner for Manchester City. Poor use of it there. I thought when Bernardo Silva played it to Gundogan and got the ball back, I thought he was going to go down the line and try and get across him, but then went back to Gundogan, and it wasn't quite the greatest of options there by Bernardo Silva, but they have won a corner from it. Kevin De Bruyne to take. He goes short to Bernardo Silva and then back to De Bruyne. Edge of the box to João Cancelo. Will he shoot? He will do, and it's a cracker of a strike. It is saved down low left of Alex McCarthy. Keeps it at 0-0. He scored a goal from the edge of the box against Olympiacos in City's 3-0 win against the Greek side. It was a nice goal as well. I think it was on his left foot. That was on his right instead. Doesn't mind the shot on the edge of the box, does João Cancelo. As Bernardo Silva goes to the edge of the box again to Gundogan from the corner. It's now Walker. Forced back out wide right to Gundogan. Inside to De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva's made a running behind and he will find him on the byline. Tries to cut onto his left. Tackled by Walcott. Forced to Bertrand, who can only clear out for a throw-in again. Tried to look for Walcott there on the left-hand side, Bertrand, but too much on the pass. Thrown backwards to Gundogan again, number 8. His goal was in vain on Wednesday night. So Tuesday night, as they did draw to West Brom 1-1. Sam Johnston had a fantastic game, the West Brom keeper. Cancelo down the left, working with Sterling to try and get through. Tackled out for a throw-in. Or will it be a free kick, actually, by Mike Dean? I think it was. I think he's calling for a free kick for Manchester City. Bit of a foul in the process of Cancelo trying to get through the wall of red shirts, and it will be. And it is a dangerous area, this, for a dangerous De Bruyne cross. If he can put the right ball in, Kevin De Bruyne's already got the 6 assists this season. 10 assists in all competitions. Silva and De Bruyne has stood over it. Should be a De Bruyne in-swinger here. He can cause real issues if he can get the ball right. No, he does dummy it, and it's going to be Bernardo Silva ball to bit of crossed in. Sterling flicks on. It's to the back post where Rodri strikes it home. And I think he's deemed as offside as the flag goes up. Darren Can is the one who's got his flag up on the far side. Yeah, Sterling, Diaz and Rodri all offside. I think it was flicked on by Sterling, then I think maybe glanced off Stones, then fell to Rodri at the back post, and he was offside. So it will stay 0-0, quite clearly offside. No VAR lines needed for that one, as Rodri actually hasn't played against Southampton yet in his career. He was on the bench for the loss here at the back end of last season, and then wasn't even in the squad for the game where they won 2-1 at home against Southampton. So that would have been a nice introduction to his career playing Southampton. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Good ball, though, from Bernardo Silva. 15 minutes in. Ball cleared along. Rodri can head it forward. Headed back by Vestergaard towards Rodri, who nods it down to Gundogan. Finds Sterling. Gets out of his feet and looks to the left-hand side where Cancelo can just spin and play the ball to Diaz and then to Stones. Works to Ederson in the 18-yard box, who clears it first time, looking towards Torres, who's been pretty much not in the game at all. Headed by Bednarek straight to De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva takes over on the edge of the box, finds De Bruyne in the box. He pulls it back towards Sterling, and that's the goal City needed. It's a fantastic goal, and it's well deserved from Manchester City, because in the last 6 or 7 minutes they've really been on top against this Southampton side. And all from a launch of Ederson's kick. He had a sense of direction of just getting it towards the striker Ferran Torres, just getting in behind Southampton, and they built from that, and it's a great ball from De Bruyne. He does get that 7th assist on Sterling, who has been within the goals this season. Peels away from Walker Peters, great movement, really good movement from Sterling, peeling away from Walker Peters. The ball did bobble in front of him, but was able to just stroke it home past Alex McCarthy. And as it stands, it is Southampton 0, Manchester City 1, and it is a very much deserved lead for Manchester City. Guardiola was delighted, and it all came from a long punt forward by Ederson. Oh, Bunchy Combe in the stream, of course. Of course he's Grich. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Great stream. Thank you, mate. I'll change the scoreboards now. If you're interested, that is Harvey, who did the podcast with me in the Football Talk episode, which I'm trying to bring back. I just haven't had the time for it. It's Gundogan. He's been sent away already. Silva's got loads of room on the right-hand side. He looks to cut inside. Oh, what skill from Bernardo Silva. Oh, tackle by Romeo. Did get past Bertrand and Vestergaard nicely. Southampton have possession again. Let's change the scoreline here. 1-0. Some people may not have seen that coming, but it's a deserved lead. That is for sure. Very much deserved lead. Sterling with the goal. Southampton lose it to Cancelo and plays it to the goal scorer Sterling right on the halfway line, tackled by Danny Ings while I go out for a throw-in. Sterling with his 7th goal against Southampton in his 16th appearance, as De Bruyne's been set free in the Southampton half, just plays it to his right to Bernardo Silva. He's got Walker making an overlap, decides to not use him and just plays it backwards to Rodri. He's already had the ball in the back of the net himself, but he was disallowed as he was offside alongside Sterling and Stones. And here is Sterling. Cancelo, nice ball into Gundogan, first touch pass and he gets it to Sterling, gets it back from Sterling to Gundogan. Now Cancelo on the left hand side, pulls it back, cleared away by Ward-Prowse as Romeu intercepted the cross. Finds Danny Ings, looks to go inside to Walcott and he does prod it to Kyle Walker-Peters. To Bednarek, who needs to clear, and he does, towards the halfway line where Che Adams brings it down. Good strong tackle from John Stones and he gets the ball given back to him by Rodri. Diaz, Rodri in a bit of room in the midfield, goes over to Walker. Now De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, Ferran Torres is making a run down the line, decides to go backwards to Kyle Walker. John Stones. Diaz. Sterling. It's all inside Southampton half as the ball has just been laid back into the City half as Stones ponders on his options. Rodri. No shots yet for Southampton as City look to make it 2. De Bruyne puts it in towards Gundogan, looks for the first time ball towards Ferran Torres, just too much height on it, and it will be collected by McCarthy. Good little movement and passage of play there by Manchester City. Ferran Torres not quite been in the game yet in the first 20 minutes, but he's not been needed as of yet. McCarthy just rolls it onto the ground. Plays it long towards Che Adams, headed won by Rodri. Does fall to Romeu and he plays a 1-2 with Che Adams. Finds Danny Ings in the box, cuts onto his right foot, able to shoot. I think it's blocked by John Stones. Can City counter with Bernardo Silva? Too much a heavy touch, thankfully for him. The tackle from Ward-Prowse has gone straight back to Walker and he feeds Gundogan. Now De Bruyne gets the pass towards Ferran Torres, but the run wasn't right and the pass has been intercepted there. Now Bertrand, who brings it forward, finds Danny Ings, played back to Yannick Vestergaard. He's going to go for the switch towards Walker-Peters and it's definitely on and it's a great ball from the Danish centre-half. Plays it to Walcott, who's just in the box, decides to shoot, it's parried and Danny Ings misses it. And it falls to Romeu, shot blocked by, I think that's Diaz, and Edison stops it from going for a corner. And that's Southampton's first big chance. I'd say as a goalkeeper myself, that's poorly parried from Edison. He probably could have caught that or not put it straight into danger, and thankfully for Edison, the shot parried and it just went behind Danny Ings and he swung at it and he did completely miss it. But if he just got his body behind the ball there, Ings, and got a shot away, that could have spelt big danger there for Manchester City. Edison's got away with that one. Because they've already conceded 12 this season. Manchester City's Raheem Sterling looks to be fed in behind. A sweeper keeper of Alex McCarthy can deal with it. And he's now found Gineppo. Played back towards Ryan Bertrand, gets it away from Bernardo Silva and now has Vestergaard. Yeah, they've only conceded 12 this season. They did concede 35 in the whole of last season. Did win the Golden Glove though, Edison, with 16 clean sheets, 17 as a team, as Claudio Bravo picked up one in his few appearances last year. Ward-Prowse to Vestergaard, now to Bertrand. Remember, if you aren't involved in the giveaway, get involved. You just have to go into the video, which is giveaway video, I think it said in the description. Click on it, put in your favourite current player and you're in. There's a ball, again, a great switch to Walker-Peters, who's in the box. He's been brought down fantastically. Across to the back post where it's Che Adams, who looks to pull it across. Danny Ings isn't there and Diaz with a scuff clearance will let Kyle Walker deal with the seconds and he gets a much better clearance away. All the way to the halfway line, which only Bednarek with the ball lots of times, gives it to Vestergaard, who we now know, after I think doing it twice, has a great switch on him. Gineppo gets it to Bertrand, who's going to try and run down the line. It's been stopped currently by Rodri. Walker with a massive challenge on Gineppo, and I'm not sure which way the referee's given this one. I think it might be a free kick to Southampton because Rodri was pulling back Ryan Bertrand there, wasn't letting him through. I I think it's a bit of both there, really. I think he may, or he's either give the free kick on Gineppo because he was fouled, I think, by Walker. I don't think he got any of the ball. Whichever way he's given it, it's a Southampton free kick on the left-hand side. But yes, make sure you get involved in that giveaway because there's actually quite a few people involved already, which is great to see. And that giveaway does end and will be announced on the 22nd, so that's Tuesday. So there'll be a little live stream to go with it, so there's evidence that I've done the winner live, and there's no dodgy business. As Ward-Prowse puts it in, great header away from Walker, right to the edge of the box where Theo Walcott will help it back in towards Bednarek. Over his head it goes, cleared away and helped on by Sterling. Always finds Ward-Prowse, who looks to get a switch on towards Walcott. Loops in the sky, can he bring it down? He can, it's a great touch from Theo Walcott. Looks to burst past Sterling, knocked to the ground, and will be a throw-in for Manchester City. Nothing given by the referee in terms of a foul, and rightly so as well. Good touch though from Walcott on the right boot. Wasn't enough though. Here is Sterling on the ball, clears it down the line, deflects off Walker-Peters, out for a throw-in again for Manchester City. Cancelo with the throw-ins, that's been quite good so far today. I'm not really a fan of Cancelo at left back. I think defensively, I think he's quite poor. He does work it well to Gundogan. Can he enter the Southampton half? He does with a pass to De Bruyne. Looks to turn and release, but it's a great crunching tackle by Bertrand. I think is it gone the other way? It's a yellow card for De Bruyne, and I'm not sure about this one. De Bruyne doesn't know Bertrand's coming. He just looks to spin in past the ball. Bertrand comes sliding in. He does give him a good whack on the leg, actually. Although he doesn't mean it, that's quite a nasty challenge. That, yes, De Bruyne doesn't know Bertrand's coming around behind him, but at the same time, you've got to be aware of your surroundings, and he just booted him in the leg. Yeah, that it's a foul. I don't know if it's a yellow card because I don't think he quite meant it, but it's definitely a free kick. But I think Mike Dean was a little bit too excited to get the cards out already. We know what Mike Dean's like. He does love a good booking. Next stream, by the way, is next week on the 27th. That's the one that is planned, but that might be changed because yeah, I am in isolation, so I can do a Saturday kickoff, so I might have to do a Saturday instead of a Sunday one. So it is currently Wolves v Spurs. That's the schedule one, but I think that will change. We'll have a look at half time at the fixtures next week, because after that I'll do one on Tuesday as well. Southampton versus West Ham. That is on the 29th. So we'll have to see. Play continues. Free kick taken by Southampton, headed away by Stones, out for a throw-in the final third of Manchester City. Bertrand's up and ready to take the throw-in. Number 3, formerly of Chelsea, did start in that Champions League final back in 2012, where Chelsea were victorious against Bayern Munich in their own backyard. Worked the throw-in well here, but Gineppo was offside as the ball was given to him. It will be a free kick to Manchester City. 55 Venoms here. Alright, mate. I know it's just weird seeing your name as that. He's the Venom Mixer. 2-2. Same as me, mate. I predicted the same. But Southampton needs to look a bit more clinical and a bit more on it in the upcoming game. Once you come, I'll actually give you mod. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Add moderator. There you go. I forgot to do that. Edison with the free kick. Remember, the goal came from a long punt from Edison. He's aimed towards De Bruyne. He's been nudged in the back. Referee saw nothing wrong with it, and Ward-Prowse can bring it forward. Flicked on by Ings towards Adams. He takes it down fantastically and gets past 2 City players. Releases Gineppo on the left-hand side. Looks to get it to Walcott on the right. Brings it down to Danny Ings, who heads it towards goal. And it does go wide, but I'm pretty sure Walcott may have been offside there from the Gineppo switch. Danny Ings is asking for a penalty as he was challenged by, I think it was Stones when he went for the header. Gineppo got it to Walcott. First time cross in. And it is Diaz who, I think he's claiming a high foot as he looked to try and clear it, Diaz. His boot was raised. Danny Ings headed it. It didn't quite reach his face, the boot of Diaz. That's what he's asking for. I don't know. The game's gone soft on it if that's given. Nah, it's not been given. Continued, but yeah, I've got to give you the moderator. I've got to. I don't know why you weren't anyway. I just completely forgot. Here's Bednarek to Vestergaard, Southampton already had the ball back. If you're not involved in the giveaway, because I haven't seen your comment yet, if you have, I haven't seen it. Get involved. Try and win the Ajax shirt. Because, why not? Definitely not, because it's very easy to get it to you. It's Walcott. It's been brought away here. Run away from Diaz, down the right-hand side, towards the byline, plays it inside, deflects off the boot of Diaz, and will go for a Southampton corner. Ruben Diaz. Featured in every game, I think, since joining Manchester City. Remember, he's thrown straight into the deep end for his first game against Leeds away. He played actually quite well, Diaz. You know what it was like to play against Leeds this season. I'll do it now. Fantastic. Another one entered. You know, it's a nice shirt as well, an Ajax away shirt. Who doesn't want that? Will we get a second goal in the game for Southampton? Just before the half an hour mark. Vestergaard, we know what he's like from set pieces. We know the talent Ward-Prowse has from set pieces. It's an outswinger. He crosses it in. It's towards Vestergaard. He wins the header. It's an easy save for Edison. Low down to his left. And he'll be able to gather and try and set away City. Or no, he'll just keep the ball in his hands. Ward-Prowse, dangerous cross again. We know how dangerous they can be. Edison plays it inside to Rodri. Swings out wide right to Bernardo Silva, and it'll be Walker who makes a run off it. He'll look to find him through the gap between Bertrand and Vestergaard. He does find him. It's a fantastic ball. It's Kyle Walker cut back towards Sterling, headed away by Walker-Peters, and he does fall to Walcott. Romeu out to Walker-Peters, and Southampton does deal with the counter-attack well. His clearance bounces off the knee of Sterling. It will be thrown for Southampton. Close that from City. Dangerous. They've looked a lot better this game so far. A lot better. Blitzing counter-attack, just showing the pace of Kyle Walker. It is unreal. He is very, very quick, is Kyle Walker. Before the game against Southampton last July, Kyle Walker was 11 in 11 against Southampton in terms of the games he played against them. He'd played 11 and won 11. That game against them last year did end that run. So he did like a game against Southampton. Did Kyle Walker, but fortunately, that unreal Che Adams goal last year, or last season, was enough for the 3 points. Because I remember watching that game because it was on the BBC, and how City didn't score was quite astonishing, actually. Good defending from Southampton, though. It's Bernardo Silva. Looks to try and find Ferran Torres. His header has gone to Gundogan, or I think it's Bednarek's defensive header. He's now been put out to Sterling. Can't get past Theo Walcott as he looks to have been hit maybe at the chest or something. I'm not sure what's happened there. Sterling looked to get past him as he was tackled the first time, and then it's his chest. Let's have a look. So Sterling tried to get past him. He was tackled, and Sterling looked to chase the ball again. What? I didn't see anything there. I don't know what he stopped for. I think is the free kick being given for that? I'll have to see it again because I don't want to speak too soon, but I didn't see anything wrong with that. I did not see anything wrong with that at all. So I'll have to see that again. But I don't know what Walcott was holding his chest for. Come on, McCarthy. Let's send this along. Let's get Southampton a few chances. Let's see if this game can become a little bit more interesting. Cancelo flicks his clearance back to Diaz. He clears it first time over towards Ralph Hasenhüttl, who isn't quite playing today. His playing days are over. He did win 8 trophies actually as a player. Played mainly for Casino Salzburg and Austria Vienna. Won most of his trophies with Austria Vienna. So he's only won 1 trophy as a manager, and that was the second tier of German football with Ingolstadt back in 2014-15. So the honour he's won. Compare that to Guardiola's 31. Sterling's poor ball towards De Bruyne's gone too far, and Walker-Peters can just go inside to Ward-Prowse, who's just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Goes over to James McCarthy, the goalkeeper, who will clear the ball to the right-hand side, where it will be Cancelo who can head it down to Rodri. Back to John Stones, who has been fantastic since coming back. I think he's really making a good advertisement to Pep Guardiola of why he should be in the team, as Kyle Walker was taking a bit too long in the ball there, but was fouled by Gineppo, so gets away with that, Kyle Walker. Rodri. Gundogan back to Rodri. It's just a lot more settled from City. I know they've only scored 1 goal so far this game, and that's just something they've been scrutinised on, as Diaz is being dispossessed by Walcott. His interception does fall to stones, though, fortunately for Diaz, and his clearance is bounced off Walker Peters' chest and goes for a City throw-in. But yeah, they've been scrutinised for the lack of goals they've scored, scoring 18 this season so far. Their top goal scorer being Mahrez with 4, but that is now joint top goal scorer, as Sterling also joins him on 4 as well, as Diaz is just feeling the pain of the Walcott challenge. I think he's just trodden on the foot by Walcott. Yeah, by the way, Southampton scored 25 as well, so they really aren't scoring the goals that they used to. But that is going from playing 2 attacking midfielders in the midfield, to like the likes of David Silva and De Bruyne, to playing 2 defensive. Yes, Gundogan has the creativity, but he's not a David Silva. And when they're not playing the likes of Foden, who can spark that creativity, it is going to be hard to score goals. It is Gundogan to Rodri, tries to find De Bruyne. They got out from that front quite nicely, but De Bruyne's lost possession, and Ryan Bertrand can charge forward. Gets it towards Danny Ings, gets there ahead of Cancelo, gets it back to Bertrand. He finds Walcott in the box, crosses it. Adams flicks it on, and I think it bounces off Stones, not knowing much about it, and it goes wide of the post. Unfortunate for Southampton. They might think they should have scored there. Let's have another look. Danny Ings got there ahead of Cancelo, back to Bertrand, out to Walcott, put a few of these crosses in already. It may have been completely missed by Che Adams, but it came off Stones. I don't think he knew much about where that ball was going. But it was deflected away and out for a corner, and it's going to be taken once again, obviously, by Ward-Prowse. No one else should be taking set pieces for Southampton. It's crossed in, and Vestergaard. That's a rocket of a header, but the rocket of that header's gone over the bar. Close. Seems like there was a ridiculous amount of power. Lost his marker of Ferran Torres. It was always rising, that header, but he generated quite the power on it, did Yannick Vestergaard. Edison to take. Places it on the ground. As Ralph Hootel is talking to the fourth official, Robert Jones. Don't know what he's complaining about or whatever he's talking about. As Ferran Torres has been knocked off the ball from the goal kick, and Southampton have it again. Now Jan Bednarek to Yannick Vestergaard. Goes over to Romeu. This is all in the Southampton half. Tries to work it to Walker Peters. Forced out of play with the pass, and City have it again. Better from City, like I've said, in terms of their pressing anyway. Seems like their pressing stuck a bit of a downward spiral from the last couple seasons, but seems like this game they're back on it. But Romeu's been fouled by Torres on the halfway line as City lost it again from the throw. Vestergaard into Romeu. Vestergaard again, who made a run off the ball. Romeu again. Ward-Prowse in a bit of space, doesn't use him. Keeps the ball himself and goes to his left to Bertrand. It's back to Vestergaard. Ball's been sent to Walker Peters. What a ball! Oh, he lays it down to Walcott. His touch has got the better of him. He's been forced all the way to the byline. Back to Walker Peters again. Ward-Prowse able to cross it in, flicked away by, I think it was Diaz, and Walker can clear. Bednarek heads it forward as far as Gundogan as City cleared. What a switch again. I think it's from Bednarek to Walker Peters, and the layoff was good, but Walker couldn't take it correctly in his stride. Walker. Would anyone, just as an interest, because I just want to, vary the content on the channel, as De Bruyne has it, clattered by Vestergaard, straight to the goalkeeper. Is it a foul? No, it's not, as it's throwing it down at St Mary's. Would anyone be interested in maybe a Rocket League stream? Maybe. I downloaded it yesterday on my PC because I forgot it was free, and I was looking for a game because I was bored out of my mind. And I was thinking, just to vary the content on the channel, would anyone want any live Rocket League maybe? Something like that? I know it's not football commentaries or anything, but it's football technically, so let me know if you'd be interested. I usually ask questions and I get blank, so if anyone could answer that would be fantastic, just to get a gauge of how it would go. It's Ferran Torres. He's got an absolute clatter of a challenge from Romeu. It's going to be a booking, isn't it? And that is a nasty challenge on the halfway line. It's not a red, I don't think. Ferran Torres will feel the impact to that because he's not really been in the game. And then when he does get into the game, yeah, he gets caught with the studs of Romeu. And if you're a betting man, or you can bet, obviously over the age of 18, always try and put a bit of money on Romeu getting a booking. 195th appearance, 53rd yellow card. So he does like picking them up, those Romeu. 52 yellow cards. That is an obscene amount of yellow cards. And he's got another one here today. City do have it with Diaz. Rodri to Stones. Yeah, yes, Bunchy. Would you be down to join those live streams as a partner if you want? Obviously, if you don't know, obviously I'll do it on my own. But if you'd want to get involved in that, then let me know. And then we can maybe do that tonight or something like that. Because we've got a bit of time now. We're off for Christmas. But I just thought, just vary the channel, just trying to attract as many different people as we can. If it doesn't attract as many people, then at least we can say we tried. But it was Gundogan. De Bruyne's away on the right. De Bruyne's away on the right. Oh, it just takes too long with it. And I think that's the difference with City now. It seems like their attacking instincts and killer instincts just gone a little bit. When to make that killer pass. When to make the run. It just seems a bit off. Just a bit disjointed at times. So McCarthy's kicked the ball out of play because Danny Ings is down. That's not a great sight for Southampton fans. Yes, that's fantastic. If you want, I'll message you after the stream and we'll discuss times and all that. Because I just thought, why not? Like I said, no reason to not give it a go. So if you're down for that, I'll message you after the stream, Harvey, and we'll get that sorted. Thanks for getting involved. Harvey, by the way, have you seen the result? You should know what I mean by that. The game that's currently on. Basically, me and Harvey, we support a non-league team, and I'm surprised you might know who it. You might have a good guess of who it is. Yeah, they're currently losing. Danny Ings is down. Medical staff said, I'm not sure what's wrong. I don't know if it's muscle or he's took an impact injury. I'm not too sure. He's took off the shin pad. It looks like the calf, maybe. He's getting back on his feet now. Hobbling off the pitch. Sounds good, right? I will message you after the stream then, Harvey, and we'll get that sorted because I think that's good. We love Rocket League. We used to play it all the time, and I think we're a good little duo. Sometimes the game what it does to make us cry when we'd go about 7 losing streak, but I enjoy Rocket League a lot, so I'll get that sorted for maybe tonight or tomorrow or something. Good to see. Will Danny Ings be able to continue? Oh, I don't know. It looks like we're making a change. Danny Ings has come off. He has come off. Nathan Tella will replace him. He's not a striker, Tella. He's a right winger. They did have Dan in Lundalu on the bench, a young striker, 21 years of age, who actually has an unreal record, by the way, if he does come on against City. He's played against them twice in Lundalu, against the under-23s. In a 4-3 win back in last season, he scored 2 goals. And then this season, they played City under-23s and they won 5-2. And he scored a hat-trick in that game. So I don't know if his form against the under-23s would replicate against the first team on Lundalu, but he's also a striker who could have come on. But instead they brought on Nathan Tella, and I think he will work alongside Che Adams up front as Walcott's down the right-hand side, try to break away from Cancelo. Good defending from the Portuguese makeshift left-back, and he clears it to Gundogan. He flicks it on to Sterling. Bit of room now for the winger. Finds De Bruyne, short pass, does work it to Gundogan, and he is tripped by Ward-Prowse, and no advantage given, and it will be a booking for the Southampton captain. Mike Dean loves a yellow card. Hasenhüttl isn't happy because I think he felt Walcott was fouled in the passage of play where he was battling against João Cancelo, but that wasn't given. That was definitely a yellow card. You've got to think about it now. City they should really go aggressive within the midfield because, Romeu and Ward-Prowse both on bookings. De Bruyne loses it to Romeu, and now Ward-Prowse to Walker-Peters. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Danny Ings injury. I think it's just a calf problem or something. As Ward-Prowse plays it into Gineppo. Looks to cut onto that stronger right foot. And he does get a switch over to Walker-Peters. One-on-one with João Cancelo. Can he take on the fullback? No, he can't. Great defending from Cancelo. Probably one of the best games I've seen him play for City so far. Sterling. Oh, the pass has been cut out. It's poor by Sterling. And it's Walcott on the edge of the box. Drives into the box. On the byline. Looks for a cross. Deflects off Diaz and out for a corner. Yeah, but Nathan Tella does come on. He joined back in 2017 from the Arsenal Academy. It's his 6th first-team appearance. No starts as of yet. He's played 134 minutes for the first team. He's going to get a good 50 or so minutes in this game, so that's good for Nathan Tella. But yeah, it is put down as a right winger, so interested to see how he plays up front, or maybe it might even interchange with Walcott, because we've seen Walcott play alongside Che Adams up front while Danny Ings was injured. Sultana, hello, how you doing, mate? Hope you're all doing alright. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you want to get involved in the giveaway on the channel, click the link in the description and comment on that video. You just got to comment your favourite current player if you're not involved already. But thanks for joining the stream. Crossed in by Ward-Prowse, misses everyone. Go to the edge of the box to Ryan Bertrand. Just goes over to the right-hand side to Walker-Peters. Ward-Prowse is still on the right-hand side. Does work it towards him. First time ball to Walcott. Tries to take it past João Cancelo. Bundled to the ground by the left back. And it will be a free kick in a dangerous area. I think Hasenhüttl is calling for a yellow card. And I think he has a point, because if Mike Dean's given yellow cards for the other challenges, that should be a yellow card as well. Completely pulled him to the ground. Walcott's frustrated, and rightly so, because that should be a booking for Cancelo. Really should be. But Ward-Prowse is over it, and this is a dangerous area. I'm imagining he's going to be taking this, but Ryan Bertrand is also there to stand over it. There's Mike Dean, puts down the spray. Just everything so majestically, doesn't he, Mike Dean? He's an absolute showman. Ryan Bertrand does walk away from it, and Ward-Prowse is on it to try and collect his 37th Premier League assist. It's a heavy one towards Vestergaard. Good collection from Ederson. Is there a counter-attack on? Is there one on? Is there? Ederson takes his time, and no counter-attack will be going ahead at the rate he's got the ball at. He's not looking like he's going to let that go. We have hit the 45th minute. 2 minutes have added on time. Kicked over towards Walker. Does head it on towards De Bruyne, but Romeo heads it away from him, and Vestergaard volleys it clear. Good header by John Stones. Now at the halfway line is Romeo. Chests it down. Blocked off by Rodri, and it does fall to Kyle Walker, and outside of the boot pass to Ederson as City have the ball. Thumps it long again. This is where the first goal came from. Again, no real direction as Bednarek can deal with it, despite being pressed by Bernardo Silva. Does get a left-footed pass away, but straight to Kyle Walker. A second goal before half-time would be fantastic for City. Takes on Romeo and goes back towards Ruben Diaz. Diaz to Rodri. To Stones inside the City half. Nice ball inside to Gundogan. First time ball looking for Bernardo Silva. Picked up by Yannick Vestergaard. And can they get a goal before half-time? Looks to send away Walcott on the right-hand side. Diaz will get ahead of him. Take it away from him. And clear down the left-hand side towards De Bruyne. Blocked off by Jan Bednarek. Header out for a throw-in to stop the Belgian from getting in behind. I will do. Nice. 7 people here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you haven't liked as well, that would help. I'm looking to try and organise a Rocket League stream maybe tonight or tomorrow. So if you are interested in that, make sure you subscribe with notifications on as well. So it's Gundogan from the throw-in. Gets it to De Bruyne. Met by Vestergaard, and Southampton win the ball. Now Romeo. Che Adams with a poor touch, and City can have it back, and it's been Bernardo Silva who's been sent away. Can he get a cross in? Cuts onto his right foot, playing on the left-hand side, and then looks to scoop it back towards Sterling. Ball goes out of play, and will be a Southampton throw-in. I think that will be the last action of the first half, as we've got 8 seconds left of the half, and I don't think Southampton are going anywhere from this throw-in. No, I don't think they even took the throw-in. No time for it. As it is Southampton 0, Manchester City 1. Sterling with the goal to give City the lead. It came from a De Bruyne assist and a Ederson thump from his own 18-yard box, and that was in the 16th minute. And from then, Southampton did slowly grow into the game, but City were able to ride the storm of attacks and will go into the break 1-0 up. And this will be a less favourable game for Guardiola. It's one of the tougher places to go in the league. And so far, they are in the lead and they are winning. So I don't think you can have many complaints, Guardiola, because City have been a lot better today. Remember, giveaway in the description. The video to it is in the description. Make sure you enter that. It does end on the 22nd, where the winner will be announced. I am from Algeria. Nice. See? This is what I love about YouTube, right? You can get people from all around the world. Mahrez is not playing. If you can just see in the bottom left, he is on the bench. He was dropped for today's game. Bernardo Silva came into him, and despite being kind of left in the cold a little bit, Bernardo Silva, only his 5th start this season. In terms of the Premier League anyway, he's played quite well, Bernardo Silva. 2 assists against Southampton in the past. He hasn't got one yet today. Close still, though. We've had one change of Nathan Teller of Southampton coming on for Danny Ings, as Danny Ings came off with an injury. Yeah, that is nil. But I really like the setup as well. I changed it the last few streams. I went from having the thumbnail and I've pretty much sticking me in between the badges, and then I've changed it to this nice little setup. It looks a bit better, doesn't it, with the team sheets to the side and all that. I just prefer it. That is 0-0 currently. By the way, can we just actually believe that Southampton literally last year were getting beat 9-0 at home to Leicester, to now they're currently 3rd. I think that is just an unreal run from Ralph Hasenhüttl, and I think he deserves all the praise he gets. I really do. They dropped to 4th because of goal difference, because Leicester will go ahead of them and City go to 5th. But obviously, pretty much everyone below City have a game in hand, so they probably won't stay there. But I think it's just a great turnaround, and this game isn't over. It really isn't over, so they could still pick up the 3 points. Been a bit boring? No, I don't think it's been that boring. I think it's been quite. I think it's been quite an entertaining game. I think, personally. I know we'll have different opinions, but I think it's been okay. I get where you're coming from, but to be fair, in terms of a commentary, I think this is probably one of the more exciting games we've had, because that Liverpool-Tottenham game was literally Liverpool basically doing a training drill, attack v defence. That was ridiculous. Arsenal-Wolves was not the most eventful game. To be fair, Rangers v Benfica was a top stream. If you were there, you would know. That was an unreal stream. Manchester United v West Brom wasn't the greatest game, if we're going to be brutally honest. But yeah, this is actually the first time I've commentated on the City games since their defeat to Lyon in the Champions League. Yeah, I enjoyed that stint. Thing is, during that time, during the Champions League mini tournament they had, I only commentated on 5 games, but it felt like a lot more than that. Because I did Manchester City v Real Madrid, Barcelona Napoli, Barca Bayern Munich, which was just an absolute madness of a game, and then Man City Lyon, and then Lyon v Bayern Munich. That was quite fun. I did enjoy that. 7-0 Crystal Palace happened, by the way. Yeah, I know. I was watching it and I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing. I was quite surprised actually because I think I was thinking, I was like, I didn't get it, because one of the last teams I think that would lose 7-0 at home is Palace. Yes, they're not the greatest teams, but I didn't think they'd let a 7-0 happen to them at home. But Liverpool were just absolutely unreal and fully deserved of their 7-0 win. Right, we're going to go for a change of commentary. I was meant to do a Wolves-Spurs Sunday, 27th, at 7:15, but I'm isolating. And that is my day out of isolation, the 27th. I can be free, I think. Or is it 28th? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'll change it to a Saturday, because it gives me more time to prepare my notes for the Tuesday commentary of Southampton West Ham on the 29th. So, if you give me a second, I'll get... Hold on. There we go. So, right, here are the games on Boxing Day that I've got a choice of, straight away Arsenal v Chelsea springs to me at 5:30. Would anyone disagree with that? I think that should be the choice. Instead of Wolves Spurs, we'll do Arsenal Chelsea. Because Arsenal have been doing great. Chelsea are doing alright. I know they've lost the last 2 games. I think we'll change it from that game to that game because it just gives me a day extra to prepare for the Tuesday game because obviously the notes I do, it takes me too long. Yeah, actually, I was there yesterday for about 3 hours doing the City lineup on its own. Honestly, it takes about 6 hours sometimes, like 5 hours. Obviously, I spread it during days. I think that's the problem. I give myself like 2 or 3 days to do the notes, so I kind of just take my time. I'm kind of like, just a bit more relaxed. That's why it takes me a couple hours. Like I get distracted. Like I'll watch a video. I see YouTube and I'll have a break. I'll watch that. That's probably my own fault. It takes so long. But yeah, we'll do that. I think we'll do that instead. Let's have a look. Yes, Arsenal, Chelsea. Yes, sound. We'll do that then. We'll do that. Change. I'll write that down. Yeah. Right. Okay. We've done that one. We're currently doing that one. I've got so many pens. I don't know which one's the working one. Pen here. Right, let me write this down. So we're not doing that one anymore. We'll do Arsenal versus Chelsea. 26th of the 12th. I can't believe it's nearly 2021. That is mad. That is 5:30, isn't it? 5:30 kickoff. That goes there. Lovely. Done. Written down. But yeah, that is going to be the action of plan anyway. So there we go. You should have done Everton v Arsenal today. Well, the only reason I did City Southampton was because I don't think I've ever commentated on Southampton before, not from my knowledge. Let me have a look. I may have done, but it was a while ago if I have. The good old Bundesliga commentary days, when that was the only football you could watch, the Bundesliga. Yeah, I haven't done a Southampton one before, and the last City one I did was 4 months ago, 4 months ago. So it's just different. And the last Arsenal one I did was 2 weeks ago. So it's just to change it up a little bit. That's the only reason why. But no, Boxing Day changed. Nice, right? That gives me a bit more time. Is it Amazon Prime again? What channel is it on? So the Arsenal Chelsea's on Sky, and then the Southampton West Ham game, which I'm commentating on the 29th, 10 days time, is at 6 o'clock on Prime Video. Lovely. Well, if you were here last stream, the Tottenham, the Liverpool Tottenham one, we had a mare. I say we, Amazon or my telly had a mare, or my internet, whatever you want to blame it on. Henderson had the ball and he gave it to Robertson. As he was passing it to Robertson, it froze, and then I didn't know. I thought I'd give it a second just to see if it carried on playing. It didn't. So Robertson's put the cross in. Obviously, I don't know this. It's been blocked. It's going out for a corner. So I'm there waiting. Like, will it come back on? And I was like, right, I've just got to try and get it on somewhere. And I've gone to get it on my computer, but obviously my computer must have been a bit ahead of the telly that I was watching it on, like the stream from the telly. So it must have been quicker from my computer. So anyway, I'm there and I'm like, right, okay, like Amazon Prime, get the game on. As I click live, like play live, and it's literally Firmino celebrating. So I've missed the goal, and it was the most heartbreaking thing that could have happened. I was gutted. I was like, oh, a commentator's dream, 90th minute winner. You can be a bit creative with the lines you say. And it was completely taken away. And if you look back, you don't need to. If you look back on that part of the stream, it's near the end. If you want to watch after this ends, you can just see my disappointment. I'm like, oh my days, you're joking me. My luck. Completely my luck. Rangers Foot Manager episode out as well today. That was put out at 12 o'clock this morning. It meant to go out on Friday, but forgot. Actually, no, that's a lie. Actually, no, it was. I forgot, and I was quite tired on Thursday, and I went to bed quite early, and just yeah, and I just didn't record it on the Thursday night to put out on the Friday, so I've had to put it out this morning. And then hopefully maybe a Rocket League stream tonight, maybe, or tomorrow. That should be exciting. Just loads of uploads. That's what I bring to this channel. That's what I bring. Just bring a bit of diversity, a bit of change. Obviously, it's football commentaries, yes, but doing like the Football Manager series. We've done Bum County, done the mystery shirt videos. We've done the giveaway as well. We've done match tax videos. Maybe a live Rocket League stream would be exciting. We are close to kick-off. I will do this. Do more non-Premier League commentary. I am actually planning on doing that. Venomix. I'm going to call it Venomix because that's how I know you is. I am planning on doing that. It's just in terms of watching the games and telly and the audience, it's easier to do Premier League. Europa League and Champions League, when they come back, then obviously we could do different teams. But in terms of like the only, I think, foreign league I can actually watch is Bundesliga. Like at my disposal that I can watch. So I'll definitely do Bundesliga games. I'll have a look for maybe when's the next big Bundesliga game, because I'll definitely do that. I love doing different league commentary, but it's what I can actually watch. And I can't watch like La Liga, Serie A, Ligue 1. I can watch Ligue 1 actually as well. I can watch Ligue 1, so I could maybe do a Ligue 1 one maybe. Is that Schalke losing to Armenia? Schalke, oh god, that is painful to see. Painful. Well, when's the next big Bundesliga game? Obviously past the... Because they have a winter break, don't they? Right, so they play today, and then they don't play until the 2nd January. So we could do like Gladbach, Bayern, something like that. Wolfsburg, Leipzig, something like that. So I can definitely look into that, that's for sure. It's just easier to do Premier League. That's all it is. Just easier. Just a little bit easier to do. Yeah, but look at the giveaways. I'm loving this giveaway. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried people weren't gonna comment and enter, but a big group did. Actually, I need to add your name, Harvey, into the notepad where I wrote down the names. For some reason, my comments are not actually getting them all. So, like I mentioned to you, Venno, in the other day, like I've seen your comment, but for some reason it's not on the video. But I have seen it. I thought that was a bit weird. But here's Bunchycomb. So yeah, there's actually, how many is there? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people currently entered into that, which is fantastic. Let's do a spin the wheel, and then we'll see who wins that. Second half is very close to being underway. Before I forget, like I always do, let's change that from half time to second half. Wonder if there'll be any changes from either team. I don't think there'll be any changes from City, but I wonder if Southampton might bring someone on. Prime Video, they've got all the games going on, haven't they? Jeez. Rocket League with fans. I have Rocket League. I'm pretty bad, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm planning to do like a test on one with my mate. So if you're there and you want to get involved tonight or tomorrow, whenever it is planned, I have no idea. Just keep an eye out on the channel because I'll probably schedule it. You could get involved maybe. We'll have to see. Just have to see. But I do like Rocket League. I played it since it first came out. But both managers are back out. And remember, in the description there is NHS link to mental health like helplines and websites you can go and look at if you're struggling or need any help. There is a link in the description. If you want to have a read of that, you can just pause it if you want, but just before the plays come out, just let you know there is a link in the description, and you can also message me on Instagram if you ever need any help as well. But there is a link to the NHS website in the description if you need any help. So and no room for racism as well. That is also, if you want any education or any guidance on what they do, then that is also in the description as well. So we have kicked off. Bernardo Silva playing it to Rodri, switching it out wide right towards Walker. He can't win his header, goes over his head and out for a Southampton throw-in as the second half is now underway. Bertrand to take. I don't think there's been many or any changes from any managers. Ward-Prowse to Bertrand. It's a short ball, but Vestergaard can clear out for a throw. How long did it take? Okay. There we go, timer on as well. Walker with the throw-in. Just assessing his options. Doesn't quite know who to throw it to as of yet. Goes towards Bernardo Silva. Romeu intercepts. Now Ward-Prowse back to Vestergaard. Forced to his goalkeeper McCarthy. Left-footed clearance away. Looking towards Teller. It's Rodri picks it up, but he's been bombarded by Southampton players. And Mike Dean's got in the way, and Southampton continue with Ward-Prowse playing it out wide right to Walker-Peters. Inside to the halfway line to Ward-Prowse. Now Jan Bednarek. Ward-Prowse on the right hand side. Romeu nicely out to Walker-Peters, who's got a bit of room and looks to go inside towards Walcott. Intercepted by Rodri. It's now Cancelo on the ball, looking to find Ferran Torres away on the right hand side. He picks it up and he decides to shoot, and it's just gone wide by the Spaniard. Got away from his man of Yannick Vestergaard and decided to go with a right-footed shot across goal. Ran with it, just got in the box, and I don't think it's too far away from Ferran Torres. Only picked up one Premier League goal so far. That was against Burnley. That's to go alongside his 4 Champions League goals he has this season. Has been used as a makeshift striker when needed for Ferran Torres. Not quite been in the game as much as he would have liked so far, but still involved nonetheless. As Ward-Prowse flicks on the McCarthy clearance, Teller helps it on as well to Che Adams, who does bring it down, the number 10. Tries to turn Ferran Torres and go forward. He does so nicely and gets it to Nathan Teller. Great skill from Che Adams. He's been put out wide right to Walker-Peters. Good play here from Southampton. It's a short pass play to Ward-Prowse, who keeps it under the Southampton possession. Walker-Peters. Bednarek to Vestergaard. Left-footed switch again towards Ward-Prowse. Headed away by Rodri. Straight to Nathan Teller. Good strong challenge from Gundogan to win the ball back for City. 1-2 with Sterling. He gives the ball away. Gundogan to Bednarek. Now Romeu bursts away from Gundogan. Around 30 yards away from goal. Tries to slip through Che Adams. Too much on it, and Edison can collect. And he throws it to De Bruyne. Already has an assist today. Can he add to that? Goes to Bernardo Silva on the right. Oh, it's actually Ferran Torres, sorry. To swap with Bernardo Silva for now. Gundogan. Cancelo. Sterling inside to Bernardo Silva. Back to Sterling again. Tackled by Walcott. Came off Sterling's foot last. Out for a throw-in for Southampton. If you're in the chat, Harvey, if you're not, then sorry, I've got a message. Sorry, I'm just found out of a COVID case. It's John Stones to Kyle Walker. Rodri. Sorry, I had to message back. Stones. Diaz. City in possession in their own half. Stones looks to make a vibrant pass towards Bernardo Silva. Couldn't quite take it under the control. The Portuguese winger. It still falls with rain at St Mary's. 32,000 would usually pack out this stadium for games like this, but with 2,000 are allowed. Vestergaard, Romeu, Bednarek to get it to his right back of Walker-Peters. Not enough on it. Cancelo takes over. Good tackle from Walcott to stop any counter-attacks, and it's a Manchester City throw-in. Diaz. Rodri. Walker's on the right hand side. We won't use him. Diaz, Rodri, Gundogan. Diaz again. All in the City half. Stones. Walks back to Ederson. Now Diaz again. Left-footed ball looking towards De Bruyne. Can't find him. Sterling presses Bednarek, but does get it to Oriol Romeu. Ward-Prowse zips it to Walcott. It's not quite the same lucky team, are they, without Danny Ings sometimes. You can tell he's a main vocal point. Ward-Prowse back to Bednarek. Vestergaard. Bednarek again. Walker-Peters. Try to take on Rodri if he can. He's going to go around the outside of him. Cancelo's there helping as well. Plays it back to Ward-Prowse. First time crossing. Curled towards Gineppo. Flicked on behind him by Walker. He's going to be out for a Southampton throw-in. It happens during commentary. Again, she knows. I have no idea why. Bertrand with a throw to Gineppo. Back towards Bertrand. Pokes it to Nathan Teller. He's got to be offside, hasn't he? Yeah. Well offside, Nathan Teller, the Southampton substitute. Southampton fans chant their team, trying to spur them on towards a goal against Manchester City. They'll have to do it without their main man Danny Ings, as he was substituted in the first half due to an injury. Looks like a calf problem maybe. The former Liverpool striker. He will not get his 50th goal in the Premier League tonight, as Rodri's got it from Ederson. Now Sterling on the left, cuts back and uses Cancelo. But it is Che Adams' 50th Premier League appearance. Or Southampton appearance, sorry. So it's getting towards that 50th Premier League appearance. So he's made 43, 44 through today. Stones over to Diaz. Back to Ederson and goal. Both once of Benfica. Diaz goes inside towards De Bruyne on the left-hand side. Now into Sterling. Nice play from City. Then De Bruyne is being released again down the left-hand side. He's away from Walker-Peters. Pulls it back towards Silva. Takes a touch on the right foot. Can't get the contact he needed. A little off balance as well. And McCarthy can make quite a comfortable save in the end. De Bruyne was set free by Sterling and got it to Bernardo Silva. Did the right thing taking it around the defenders, and then probably should have tried to stop and compose himself if he could have, because he was a little bit off balance, and the right foot strike he took was powerless. Taken by McCarthy, goes all the way to Ruben Diaz, who's took a poor touch, and Che Adams can win the ball back. The left back Cancelo has helped his centre back partner out and wins it back for Manchester City. Now Rodri, Silva, first time ball to Gundogan, same from Gundogan to Walker, first time pass. It's gone behind him, has to slow it down here. City, and it's now with Rodri. It's over to Kyle Walker. In front of Bernardo Silva to pounce on and try and go forward. Has to turn back as red shirts block his passage through their defence. Stones. Walker. Goes inside towards Ferran Torres. Now back to John Stones, who's really been putting in the performances as of late. He's been fantastic today. Walker. Oh, nice ball out wide to Cancelo. Then it goes to De Bruyne, misses out on Kyle Walker-Peters, and Southampton can maybe get a counter-attack on the right-hand side. Walker-Peters on the ball, has to try and take on Cancelo, goes on the inside and lays it off to Walcott. Back to Kyle Walker-Peters. Slows down the attackers. City get men back. All players behind the ball for Manchester City. Ward-Prowse just above the halfway line, goes over back to Jan Bednarek. Vestergaard. Just delaying his pass on the ball here, doesn't quite know where to go. Goes for another switch to the right hand side, which you know can do. Goes towards Walker-Peters, nicely cut out by Cancelo, and Sterling can take over. Goes inside to Rodri. Goes over to Kyle Walker. Right back. Zip ball into De Bruyne, lays it off for Gundogan. Bernardo Silva's away in some space. He's offside now, but Sterling isn't. To the left-hand side is Sterling. Goes to Gundogan again in the box, tries to poke it towards Bernardo Silva, deflects off a Southampton defender and out for a corner. Guardiola takes a sip of the water as he ponders on what his team can maybe do better to get 2 goals to the good. It could come from the corner. Diaz is yet to score for City. Could this be his chance to get his first goal? Crossed in by Bernardo Silva. It's towards Diaz. He's been bundled to the ground. Down the edge of the box where Rodri heads it back to Cancelo. Then he helps it on back into the box where no one's there and McCarthy can collect. McCarthy rolls it out to Romeu. He's allowed to turn. Goes back to Vestergaard, then into Romeu again. Kyle Walker-Peters is out wide right if they can use him. It's Ward-Prowse on it, and then he gets it to Walker-Peters. Now back to Bednarek. Ward-Prowse. Walker-Peters just keeping the possession here. Southampton not really doing much with it yet. McCarthy. It's now Vestergaard. Gineppo. Romeu. Inside the Southampton half is Bednarek on the ball, can bring it forward. He turns back to use Romeu again. Over to Vestergaard. Southampton now bringing on a change. Can't quite see who it is from this distance, but a change it is. Che Adams on the ball. Gineppo one-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cuts onto his right foot. Back out onto his left. Goes around the outside of Walker. Doesn't have the strength to get past him. And tackles Walker, and should be a corner that because it came off Walker last, and I think it is. He tackled Walker and it came off Walker's boot last and he won a corner, I think, there, Gineppo. That's great wing play. He seemed to be beaten there by Walker. Tackled him, got the ball, kicked it off Walker. Nice challenge from Gineppo. That was his last action of play. He's now been brought off. Gineppo, that's his game gone. He's been replaced by... Is it who he replaced in the lineup? I don't know. No, it's Nathan Redmond who comes on. Nathan Redmond to replace Gineppo. Nathan Redmond did recently score against Sheffield United. Only 3 starts this season in the Premier League. Only 1 win against City, and this is his 15th appearance, so he would like to change that if possible. Ward-Prowse swings it in. It's towards the goalkeeper. Nearly beat Ederson at his near post and had to deal with it and punch it away. Out for another corner. Wild swinging cross. And Ederson was there and did well to deal with that. The Brazilian number 2. Crossed in again. It's dangerous. It's headed away by City. Does it come off the hand of Raheem Sterling? As City are able to clear. Complaints from Southampton wanting a penalty kick. As Cancelo brings it away and gets it into De Bruyne on the halfway line. Tries to flick it over Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters deals with it. It's now Redmond down the left-hand side. Now Che Adams bundled to the ground, and VAR are going to check that handball now. As it was headed away by Stones, and then it fell to Sterling and bounced off his thigh and then onto like his elbow, arm area. Off his thigh and then hits his elbow. Nothing given. Good. Ward-Prowse looks for Walker-Peters in behind. Good defending by Cancelo to head it and then flick it off Walker-Peters to win a goal kick. Unreal defending by the Portuguese right back. So it is, I'm dealing with it. That was just a COVID case. Is poor goal kick from Edison. It's gone straight to Romeu. Finds Redmond. Che Adams in the box, tackled by Stones, and it comes out to Redmond again. Straight to Edison. He's got away with it. Massively got away with it. Yeah, sorry, a COVID case has come out within someone in my year. Well, a mate of mine. I was just seeing what's going on. Rodri. Into Bernardo Silva, able to turn on the halfway line, lots of room, and should have done a better pass there. Sterling was away, not enough on it at all. And Romeo's worked it out to Ward-Prowse, who's got room himself. Now Walker-Peters. Walcott's made a run in behind, and he will use him. Can he cut it back to a Southampton player? It's in the box, it falls to Redmond, he miskicks it. And it falls straight to Ferran Torres. Redmond, what a chance. It's now De Bruyne, cuts onto his left foot. Strong tackle from Bertrand to win it back, but De Bruyne comes out with it. Now Gundogan. Sterling's out wide again. Will it be a better ball this time? It's just a nice simple one in front of him. Raheem Sterling. Gundogan making an overlapping run. Doesn't use him. Goes back instead to João Cancelo. Rodri to Walker. Scored in this fixture last year. Can he do it again? Ferran Torres to Walker. Inside the Southampton half is no longer where the ball is. It's Diaz just outside the Southampton half. Now into Cancelo. Gundogan looking for a first time ball to Sterling. Doesn't get it off the first time, but does keep it under his spell. And then finds Cancelo on the left. Inside the box, Cancelo. Step over. Puts the ball in, and Vestergaard can clear. To Che Adams. It's a great dummy from Teller to spring away Che Adams in space. Now brings in Walcott. It's a counter-attack on. They should do something with it. Nathan Redmond again. Can't take the ball under his control and goes out of play. Shocking from Nathan Redmond. Really poor. Sorry again, if you are here, I am just dealing with a COVID case. I'm not just not watching the game, I am just it's just a COVID case. McCarthy on the ball, swings it long with the left boot, only as far as Ruben Diaz, as the game stays 1-0 to Manchester City. Rocket League could be coming later in tonight. I might live stream some of it if I play tonight, or either tomorrow as well. Kyle Walker on the ball. It's John Stones. Brings it forward, still having a fantastic run in the City side. Yes, it was a wild deflection, the goal against West Brom, but didn't keep a clean sheet when he wasn't playing. Rodri. Over to Kyle Walker. Down the line, looking for Ferran Torres. It's really poor from Walker. Goes out for a throw-in for Southampton against Manchester City. It's the 94th meeting between the two sides. Quite close in terms of wins. Southampton on 32 and City on 36. Their first meeting in the Premier League was actually a 1-0 win at Main Road for Manchester City. Could we have a carbon copy of that? But at St Mary's, a 1-0 victory. Mike Sherrin with the goal that day in 1992. Bednarek to Romeu. Back to the City goal and finds Bednarek again. And now Walcott in a bit of space. Enters the City half. He's got Walker-Peters to his right. He's got options to his left as well. He's going to keep running. Find Walker-Peters on the edge of the box. Will he put a cross and he'll put it on the edge to Romeu, who then puts a ball in, and it's just too much on it for the onrushing Ryan Bertrand in the box, and that will go for a goal kick for Manchester City. Unfortunate there for Southampton. They could have maybe caused a bit more danger with the cross, but Romeu just put just a little bit too much on it. If the ball had a little less on it, then Bertrand's there, because he's unmarked by Stones and Walker. They're not getting there. And here is Edison. Goes over to Kyle Walker. Long ball down the line, brought down by Torres. It's a heavy touch. He has to battle with it. Looped in the air. He's touching it. Falls to Rodri. Brings it down nicely. On the right hand side. Goes inside to Gundogan. Over towards De Bruyne. Loads of room on the left hand side. And he sends away Raheem Sterling. Can he cut onto his right foot? He does. He's on the edge of the box. He has to try and do it again. Evade another Southampton player. He's now stopped with a whole wall of red shirts and just has to go back. And it's now Gundogan on the edge of the box. Should have done a bit better with that, Sterling. Stones to Walker. This is where they need to be a bit more potent, City, and score a few more goals when they are in a 1-0 position, because that lead can easily go from one little mistake. Bernardo Silva, pressed by Ward-Prowse, gets it to Ferran Torres. Pokes it down the line towards Silva. Vestergaard with the interception, clears it down the line, all as far as Rodri. Flicks it over the head of Nathan Teller to Kyle Walker. Now John Stones, dink towards De Bruyne. Can't flick it on, it falls to Kyle Walker-Peters, and Southampton have possession again. Bednarek. Romeu. They've not conceded yet the full May back line of City. The left backs, 2 centre backs and right back, all you can see on your screen, are all born in May. I said that as I was announcing the lineups before the game, but they are all born in May. Stones and Walker on the 28th, Cancelo on the 27th, and Diaz on the 14th. Unfortunately, Edison on the 17th of August, so he's kind of ruined that. Vestergaard, inside to Ward-Prowse, or inside the Southampton half, as they need to get out this half and get into the City half and cause a bit more danger. Vestergaard with a long switch towards Kyle Walker-Peters. He's so good at that. He's done that many times, but unfortunately, his great pass, he's been let down by a poor touch from Kyle Walker-Peters, because it did touch his arm. Cancelo. Towards Sterling, out muscled by Walker-Peters, but it said that Sterling fouled him. I didn't really see much wrong with that. But Southampton have not got any time. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Basically, Southampton didn't take any time, didn't waste any time taking that free kick, straight on with it, and got Redmond away, and he's been pulled down by Torres and fouled. And that's a free kick for Southampton just inside the City half, and it was rightly given as a foul. Ward-Prowse gives it short to his right to Romeu. Vestergaard to Ward-Prowse. Over to Ryan Bertrand. Redmond. Ward-Prowse, Vestergaard, just inside the Southampton half now. Is without Danny Ings, they just have been a little less threatening. He looked like a bit of a calf injury he came off with, but they just haven't really looked the same since. It's Vestergaard to Romeu, as they still look to try and play out from this Manchester City press. Romeu still on the ball. Gets to Vestergaard now. Bednarek. He's going to have to use his goalkeeper here, and he will do so, the 31-year-old. The one cap he has for England. Giving it under the management of Gareth Southgate. This is Hasenhüttl's 75th Premier League match. Looking like he could be heading to his 29th loss. Compare that to his 30 wins he's got currently. Walcott works it away from Manchester City and goes down the line and looks to send away Che Adams. Too much on it. Diaz clears out for a throw-in. Going towards the final third of Manchester City as well. This is Pep's 165th Premier League match. Heading towards his 119th win. 23 draws and losses respectively as well. Vestergaard. To his right to Bednarek, right on the halfway line. He's going to have to go back to his keeper. No, just goes to his centre-back partner, Vestergaard. Left-footed ball out wide. Finds Nathan Redmond, and he is onside. He can run at the defensive City. Gives it to Bertrand on the overlap. He gets across him, blocked off by Kyle Walker. Redmond will be there to retrieve. Ward-Prowse. Moves it away from Bernardo Silva and gets it back out to Nathan Redmond. Works onto the right foot. His cross is also blocked by Ferran Torres this time. James Ward-Prowse. Yannick Vestergaard. Bernardo Silva slips, giving him a bit more time to move with the ball. And it's now Bednarek. Dinked ball in, looking for Walker-Peters. Headed away by Cancelo. Not met by Gundogan, and Walcott wins it back for Southampton. And City lose the ball again. Romeu, just above the halfway line for Southampton, dead centre of the pitch. And a lack of concentration from Bertrand means he's lost the ball with a poor Vestergaard pass. Bernardo Silva's been set away. He spins and finds De Bruyne. It's really poor from the Belgian. He had a lot more time probably than he thought, and it was a really poor strike. They're the goals they need to be scoring. This is why City are not winning the games they are, because they're not taking simple chances like that. That is shocking. I don't know what De Bruyne's doing. I don't know what Ryan Bertrand's doing, losing the ball like he did. Vestergaard gave it to him, completely oblivious to where the ball was, and nearly cost his team a goal. But De Bruyne should be doing 10 times better with that. Romeu now has it. If they score now, Southampton, then that is why City are struggling the way they are. Bednarek goes inside nicely to Che Adams. He holds up against Diaz. Goes behind him to Romeu. Sets away Bertrand on the left. Can he make up for his error of nearly conceding a goal? On the left-hand side. Goes backwards to Redmond. One-on-one with Rodri. Can he take him on? This goes back to Ward-Prowse. Inside to Romeu. Who's getting pressed by De Bruyne. Finds Yannick Vestergaard as Southampton to push right up the pitch. All outfield players in the City half currently. Vestergaard number 4 for Southampton. Goes nice inside to Ward-Prowse. Work to Bertrand on the left. Can't keep it in. Out for a City throw-in. If there is any buffering or anything that goes on, it is raining quite heavily outside. So if there's any connection issues, none at the minute currently. As Mahrez is set to be coming on and replacing Torres, who really hasn't had the best game he'll ever have in a City shirt. And also Foden's coming on as well. But yeah, Torres, not really the best performance you'll ever see. Mahrez, strong tackle. Well, he's been tackled strongly. By the way, I missed what you said about Liverpool's recent performances. Can you say it again? I said it was a good performance, really, wasn't it? Not much more I can say. Crystal Palace weren't at it. And Liverpool are looking to try and win that league again. I mean, it's a good result, isn't it? I mean, really good performance. Every goal was absolutely world class. Literally all 7. So that is Liverpool back on track. And Sterling could be back on track with another goal. Tries to feed through Cancelo. Pass inaccurate. And Southampton have the ball again with a throw out by McCarthy. Walker Peters gets there ahead of Gundogan, and he can make this run for Southampton. Teller's on the right hand side, number 23. Yet to score in a first team shirt for Southampton. He gets the ball across, deflected off Stones, heading towards goal by Che Adams. Hits the side netting. Should have been a goal. I think Ederson is saying to Stones that he did call that, and Stones probably shouldn't have gone for it, but he did. And he caused a whirlwind of issues. Crossed in dangerous area. Stones just did what a defender should do, try and get in the way of it, but I think Ederson called for it. I think that's what he was saying to him anyway. Because Ederson was coming, yeah, Ederson had that as well. Stones probably couldn't hear him, or just lack of communication, and Che Adams, off balance, couldn't quite direct it on target, and Southampton with another half-decent chance there to get back into this game level. Cancelo's been forced back to Ruben Diaz. Now to Ederson, looking to keep his 60th clean sheet in the Premier League. Stones brings it out, running away from Che Adams, just goes to his left to Rodri. Now out to Kyle Walker. Now to Bernardo Silva, drop deep for the ball. Foden yet to come on yet. He's still waiting on the sidelines, I think. Or has he gone back up to... Oh, where is he? Has he come on? He's not come on, Foden. He didn't come on during those substitutions. So where is he? Yeah, because only Torres has come off. I don't know where Foden's gone, but he was stripped off with the kit on, ready to come on. Oh no, not Amazon Prime again. Don't do this to me. Silva on the ball. Oh, it's freezing again. Are you joking me? I'm getting Amazon Prime up on my computer. I'm taking my glasses off as well, just in case, because it looks like it's gone again. Prime Video. Yeah, it's froze. It's crashed. Don't worry. I can get it on my computer for now. I just can't see the chat. Here we go. We'll try and sort this out as well in the meantime. Bednarek, so now you can fall an angle of me now. Bednarek looks to go over the top towards Che Adams. Will he get there ahead of Diaz in the box? No, Diaz defends it well and gets it out for a throw-in for Southampton. This needs to stop happening. This is doing my head in. Kyle Walker-Peters. Walcott back to Walker-Peters, the throw-in taker. Bednarek. Vestergaard. Bednarek again just on the halfway line. 15 minutes to go. Plus added on time. Vestergaard is looking left towards Bertrand and he will use him. Redmond's on the left-hand side with him, with Teller as well. Decides to just go backwards toward Prowse. Vestergaard going right towards Walcott. I think he's onside. Gets it to Walker-Peters. Redmond's alongside him, but gets a left-foot crossing instead. Goes over everyone out for a goal kick. Unfortunately for Southampton, wasted chance again. No mention of Sergio Aguero yet. He might not be needed. The all-time leading Manchester City goal scorer, also the leading Premier League scorer for City as well, with astonishing 180 goals in the league. But the 16th minute goal by Raheem Sterling is what separates the sides. Taking the goal kick, Bednarek intercepts and sends away Redmond again. Number 11 is currently facing the challenge of Kyle Walker. Evades his first challenge, right in the corner flag now, works a throw-in in right in the corner flag. Unfortunately went the wrong side of the flag for him, probably would have preferred a corner. Bertrand throws back towards Ward-Prowse. Vestergaard into Redmond, looks for Bertrand out wide, and misplaced pass means City have a throw-in as a result. Yeah, Foden is just being sent out to warm up again. Now been worked out to Cancelo from the throw-in on the left-hand side. Evades the challenge of Walcott, and it's now Gundogan to Diaz. Over to John Stones. Pressured by Che Adams. Needs to be careful here, John Stones. Diaz. Forced out wide left. Dinks it down the line, looking for Sterling. Nods it down to De Bruyne. Chance here for City. It's a 4v4. De Bruyne now. That's now a 6v4. He just goes to his right to Bernardo Silva. Now Tamares. Can he work his Algerian magic? Crosses deflected to the edge of the box where it's Gundogan. Strikes with his left foot. Good save from a flying James McCarthy, who keeps it at 1-0 with 13 minutes left on the clock. Decent weak-footed hit there from Ilkay Gundogan. Nicely work from City. Patient play. Great diving save with the left hand there, James McCarthy. De Bruyne is to take an in-swinging corner. They need the second goal, City, if they want to, resolute a 3-point win. So it's back on my telly for now. I am in front, though, on here, so I'll just wait for this attack to end. It's Mahrez on the right. To Kyle Walker. Over to João Cancelo. It's gone off again. Great. De Bruyne to Bernardo Silva on the left-hand side still. Can they work something from this? Into Rodri. He's got options over to the right-hand side of Gundogan. Stones, now to Mahrez. Here is the danger man on the right-hand side. He's going to try and cut on to his left, is he? Yes, he will. Tries to take on the Southampton defenders, and it comes off him last as he was tackled by a Southampton defender while trying to make his route through the box into a dangerous scoring position. We are back on now on the telly. We are a bit behind, so yeah. We're back on from Mahrez running at the defenders. But yeah, hopefully I can get that Rocket League stream sorted for tonight. I'm quite excited for that. If that goes ahead, I haven't played Rocket League with my mates in a very long time, because mainly I'm busy doing these notes for these streams. It's a great save from McCarthy. That is going top corner, top bins, as the youth say it these days. These days. Oh, sorry, that was disgusting. Soon as well, I'm planning on doing a shirt collection video, not a mystery shirt video, but a collection video. I've been having that idea in my mind for ages. I've just not done it yet. But Southampton have a throw-in on the halfway line from the MacArthur goal kick. Redmond lets it go towards Teller. Cleared by Stones towards Vestergaard. Can't be kept on by Mahrez. He's chased for it and it's Southampton throw-in. Can City maybe replicate the form of last year, their goal scoring form? They did score 102 goals last year, despite coming second with 81 points and losing 9 times. Redmond will try and disturb their record this year. On the left-hand side, try to take on John Stones. Going to try and get onto his right foot. Does knock it just behind him to Romeu. He gets left-footed crossing. Headed away by Diaz, only as far as Walker-Peters on the right-hand side. Now Ward-Prowse puts a dangerous ball in. Jay Adams heads it behind him. And Walker can bring it down and try and clear. Chops and is taken down by Jay Adams. And that will be a free kick for Manchester City. Bit theatrical from Kyle Walker, but it was a foul. It was a foul, and here he is. I've been waiting for this guy, Dan Unlundalu, has a great record against the City under 23s. I mentioned it before. He scored 5 against them, 2 in a 4-3 win last year, and a hat trick in a 5-2 win this season against the under 23. So he loves a goal against the youth of Manchester City. As a free kick's been won, Che Adams against John Stones, he was bundled to the ground, and he looks to take it quickly in behind for Walcott. Edison's there to chase out and clear long, but he was offside anyway, Walcott, so it didn't matter anyway. Good goalkeeping though from Edison. Edison was booked as well. I'm not sure where the booking came from, maybe time wasting or something, I'm not too sure. But here is Dan Unlundalu. He's replacing Che Adams, so both of the main strikers come off for Southampton. No Danny Ings or Che Adams on the pitch for the last 10 minutes or so of the game. There is Daniel Unlundalu. It's written for him to score a last-minute winner, isn't it? It's absolutely written. Kyle Walker's currently down, injured. Maybe from the challenge from Che Adams, actually. He's picked up this knock. He says it's fine, I think, if my lip reading's on point. I'm not saying I'm a professional lip reader, but I think he said it's fine, but I don't know. So is Nathan Ake already getting stripped off and ready to come on? Which I'm surprised about, because they have got Mendy and Zinchenko, 2 left-backs on the pitch, which they could put on and then shift Cancelo back over to right-back instead of playing a makeshift left-back in Nathan Ake, but it looks like that's what they're going to do. Ake coming on for his 6th Premier League appearance. Already got 1 goal for City, and that's against Leicester in the 5-2 loss. 575 minutes so far in the City shirt. Scored 2 goals against Southampton, actually, in 6 appearances, and both of the times he's scored, his team have either won 3-1 or lost 3-1. Looks like Southampton may be without having to deal with Nathan Ake. We'll have to see. Walker thinks going to be okay to come back on. Ake's putting his training top back on, as he could be having to sit back down. Southampton free kick from the Edison clearance. Walker-Peters to Ward-Prowse. Not long left of the game. Can we get a bit of an inspiring end for Southampton here in front of their 2,000 home supporters? Bednarek back to McCarthy. It's the 899th game in Manchester City's history in the Premier League. Can they cap it off with their 423rd win? Nathan Redmond might have something to do with that, as he works the ball to Ward-Prowse. Over to Yannick Vestergaard, inside to Redmond, first time ball out to Ward-Prowse. He's got a bit of room on this right hand side. He's got Walker-Peters alongside him. Does use the full back. Now Ward-Prowse again. Behind him to Bednarek, as Southampton are struggling to break down the City side and they'll be forced all the way back to their goalkeeper McCarthy. Bednarek. McCarthy. Vestergaard. Bednarek sends it long towards Unlundalu. Can't hold it up against Diaz. and Cancelo can clear down the line as Walker is back on the pitch. De Bruyne looks for the back heel to keep it on, but he only goes as far as Jan Bednarek. Redmond, dispossessed by Rodri. Bernardo Silva to Mahrez. Good strong tackle from Vestergaard to bring it away, and he can send away in Lunderloo. And now it's Redmond over to Teller on the left hand side. Gets an early cross in towards Walcott. It's Edison who comes out to collect. It's close. It's very, very close. And it's going to be a City ball there with Edison, thankfully for City fans, grasping it. Walker down the line to Bernardo Silva, knocked to the ground. That will be a foul. 5 minutes left to play. Bernardo Silva places it on the ground. And then Walker looks to do a diagonal switch towards Raheem Sterling. Walker Peters heads it away. And Gundogan gets on the missing pieces. Tries to take on Yannick Vestergaard. Brought to the ground, but the referee says no foul. And it's been worked towards Teller on the left hand side of Southampton. But it's Walker who wins the header. And Roger can bring it away with De Bruyne. He's got Sterling to his left to slow down the pace of the game. As City again struggle to score today. Only the one goal, but at least they've kept a clean sheet. That's the main thing. Stones. Bernardo Silva goes to Walker. Down to Mahrez. He is offside, referee. He is. Yeah, there you go. Offside. Give him. Poor from Mahrez. A bit lazy, actually. McCarthy. Messing about with it there in his 18-yard box. Sterling, De Bruyne nearly pocketed the goalkeeper as Walker Peters is being pressed by Sterling. They've been forced back to McCarthy again. Switched over to the left-hand side and it's pouring. Walker just lets it go out for a throw in there as the misdirected pass has gone in City's favour. Aguero still left on the bench for Manchester City today. There's a great record against Southampton, scored 8 goals against them. Over the 3 appearances in the league this season against Arsenal, West Ham and West Brom. His last goal in the Premier League, I'm not even joking, you came back in January. It's been nearly a year since he last scored in the Premier League, if my stats were right. And that was against Sheffield United. I don't think he scored in the Prem since. So he scored a couple in the Champions League. I don't think he scored in the Prem. When I saw that stat, I was unsure if it was actually true. I'm going to check it again. Because it seems a bit mad. It seems a bit mad saying that. Because you've got to remember, he had a long-term injury, didn't he? At the back end of the lockdown period, or the lockdown season, where he got that injury against Burnley. But I felt like he scored during that time. City have worked at Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. Gets a cross in. Deflects off a Southampton man out for a throw-in. His last goal came against Sheffield United, which was a 1-0 win, and I commentated on the game, and it was in January. So it's been a long time since he scored a Premier League goal, Aguero. Yes, he's had injuries. Mahrez to Bernardo Silva as they try and work it from this throw-in in the corner flag. They get another one with a tackle from Oriol Romeu. City try and see down the clock in the 88th minute. It's no 7-0 that Liverpool produced today, but it is a positive result nonetheless for City if they can keep it this way. It'll be a good away win. Rodri pushed to the ground by Lunderloo, and a free kick will be given. It's silly from the youngster. 21 years of age, signed from Chelsea back in 2013 on Lunderloo. Yet to start a Premier League game, but has featured now 4 times in the league, but that was a silly foul to give away. This will put City to 5th, but a lot of games still have to be played in the league this weekend. Mahrez and De Bruyne are over it. 2 City players in the box, and they're on the edge of the box. Being taken by Mahrez to De Bruyne as he goes to the corner flag. Tackled by Redmond, and they're stuck in the corner, and he does clear it. As far as Rodri, who meets it against Teller, and he wins the throw in the Southampton man. And can they get this ball forward? We're in the 89th minute now. They need to start making some kind of dangerous attacks. As Vestergaard has been given man of the match for Southampton. He has played well, to be fair, the centre-back. I'd probably give it to John Stones, personally, because he's the one who kept a clean sheet. And he's been good again today, so I'd give mine to John Stones. As Sterling have picked it up from a poor Southampton clearance. It's now Mahrez, back to Walker. Worked over to John Stones. There's only the one change to be made currently by Manchester City. Remember, the 5 substitute rule has been ruled out by clubs. They have gone against it, but they are now allowed a 9 sub bench, so 9 options instead of just the usual 7 they get. As it'll be interesting how much time is added on. We're about to hit the 90th minute. Cancelo throws it into De Bruyne, who can turn with space, and a great outside of the boot ball to Mahrez. It's an unbelievable pass, and he's going to look to cut inside onto his left foot. He strikes it, it's always rising, and with the 5 minutes of time added on, that's a great chance for Mahrez to try and double Manchester City's lead. He's already scored a hat-trick this season so far, Riyad Mahrez. That was against Burnley. Could have done with his 5th goal of the season there for City if they wanted to make sure of the win. But it'll now be McCarthy to take instead. Kicked towards the left-hand side, looking towards Teller. He can't win his header. Rodri does, and Bernardo Silva flicks on towards De Bruyne. Southampton pick it up with Vestergaard. Being dispossessed there, but thankfully for him it falls to Ward-Prowse, and Romeo can bring it away. It's now to Bertrand. Can we have late drama like we did in the week with Liverpool versus Spurs? Romeo tries to take on Rodri. He's tackled, and De Bruyne gets there ahead of Vestergaard. He can run with it, De Bruyne. It's a 2v2. Him and Mahrez versus Bednarek and Ward-Prowse. 2 men are over on the left-hand side as Bernardo Silva and Sterling meet him. They get it past Ward-Prowse. It's Bernardo Silva crossing it over to Mahrez. What is Bernardo Silva doing? Why has he put that across goal? It's a great break. It was currently Mahrez. At first it was Mahrez and De Bruyne. Then sprinting at the bottom of the screen was Bernardo Silva and Sterling, who had to beat Ward-Prowse. They used the overlapping run of Bernardo Silva to beat Ward-Prowse's defending, and then he put it across goal for Mahrez. His volley went over the bar, but I felt like, even if it was a tight angle, Bernardo Silva should have had a shot on the goal himself. But no, the search for another goal continues as a free kick's been given for Southampton, I think, on a handball by Bernardo Silva, I think. Romeo inside the Southampton half. They need to bring it forward if they can, the Saints. Bertrand to Nathan Teller. He had a decent game. Coming on for Danny Ings around the 40th minute. Vestergaard, long ball on the right-hand side towards Walker-Peters. He brings it down. Sterling can't tackle him. Just plays it behind him to Ward-Prowse. Can he get a cross in? The captain. Oh, she's forced back to Southampton. Good defending from City. They're up for their 6th clean sheet this season if they can keep this going. It's been fed towards Romeo. Looking in behind towards Theo Walcott. Edison comes out to collect, and he does so very dominantly. And City could be on their way to 3 points here. They've only got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to hold on. Cancelo plays it into Gundogan, who's got space. Running away from Romeo. Can he play it behind him to Sterling? He can. And he keeps it in nicely into Bernardo Silva. Chests it down. Dispossessed by Kyle Walker-Peters. Can't tackle him as well. Bernardo Silva with a launching sliding challenge. And Walker-Peters comes forward with the ball. Nathan Redmond. Forced down wide left to Teller. Deflected, cross goes in. Stones heads it away. Mahrez chests it down and can help it away from 3 Southampton players and gives it to Bernardo Silva. Rolls it through to De Bruyne. He's going to go towards the corner flag, the Belgian, which I think is a bit of a waste. Probably should try and score, really. As he pokes it off Ward-Prowse and wins the corner, fair enough. Didn't look like he was going to win a corner from that, but he did, and he's going to waste a lot of the time down with that. It's good play from the Manchester City captain. Takes it short to Bernardo Silva. Gives it back to De Bruyne. Shielding it against Walcott and Ward-Prowse. Bernardo Silva scoops it down the line towards Raheem Sterling, who keeps it in that corner flag. Kicks it off of a Southampton man. Ward-Prowse comes out with it. And then he gives out a throw in there to Southampton. Could quite keep it within the mix of the 3 or 4 players involved in that, Sterling, and they give away the throw in the end, but there's only 50 seconds left and Southampton are deep inside their own half. They do clear it along towards Lunderloo. Good header by Diaz. Romeu helps it on with his head, and then Stones again meets it, but he falls to Walcott. Inside to Lunderloo, loops in the air from the deflection, can't quite give it back to Walcott, and Diaz slices a clearance high in the sky. Romeu heads it down towards Redmond. Header won by Rodri, given back to Bednarek, who now heads it on to McCarthy, and with 25 seconds to go, he needs to get this long, McCarthy, and he does send it long to the left-hand side, straight to the head of Kyle Walker, who nods it on to Riyad Mahrez. 15 seconds to go, he's fed through the overlapping Kyle Walker, they could get a second here. Over to Raheem Sterling, 10 seconds to go. Can he get a shot away, Raheem Sterling? Tries to take on Ward-Prowse, turns back to De Bruyne. And the 5 minutes have been played and the full-time whistle goes. It's a massive, massive victory for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's men, they've gone away to Southampton. Whilst being criticised all around for their goal scoring, they haven't really done it again today. But instead of getting just the point, they've got the full 3 points. And it's a great win against Southampton, who are right on form this season with their good start. And that puts City from 9th to 5th. Yes, games still have to be played throughout this week, and so that probably will change. But for now, they're 5th and sit on 23 points, 1 point behind Southampton. Wasn't the most entertaining of second halves, but City battled hard for the 3 points, and they got them. And that is a big, big relief for Pep Guardiola as Raheem Sterling rallied his men alongside De Bruyne to bring home the 3 points. Yes, there will still be worries for City and Guardiola in terms of their goal scoring, but at least they got the 3 points this time. Super comment, cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, City, Bernardo Silva at the end then, I don't know what he was doing for that. But they got the 3 points this time, and that is the main difference. Yes, it wasn't the greatest. As Hasenhüttl claps and applauds and thumbs up his fans, knowing the help and support they gave him today. Yes, they had to make a change of Danny Ings early on in the game, which didn't help. And they didn't have too much dangerous attacking threat, really, Southampton. Another good strong performance by that 3 of Ederson, Stones and Diaz. Laporte not even in the squad, no call of an injury, so I don't know what's going on with him. Slightly worrying to see that he's not getting even in the squad anymore. Never mind the bench. Could there have been an upset maybe between him and Guardiola? We're not too sure. We'll have to find out in the future. Good commentary. Thank you. But anyway, that is the end of this commentary. The next commentary is on next Saturday now. We've changed it. It is Arsenal v Chelsea at 5:30, so make sure you're there for that. We're going to try and do a Rocket League stream tonight, if possible, me and Harvey, so make sure you subscribe and check notifications to see if I do go live, if that does go ahead. Check out the Instagram, that is in the description. Well, the name of it is football_commentaries. There is a mental health NHS link if you're ever struggling in the description as well, alongside the No Room for Racism website as well, if you ever need to get up to date with what's going on with No Room for Racism. And as well, make sure you check out the giveaway video. If you haven't already entered, please do. It ends on the 22nd. You can win it, an Ajax away shirt, a large. Even if you don't fit it, you might as well get involved. You can win it, give it to someone else, or just wait for you to grow into it, whatever you want to do. Messi's probably going to go PSG because he's been talking about joining Neymar, vice versa. I don't know if he'll go PSG. You know what, Messi, I don't even care, because every time he thinks he's going, he always stays, and it's bored me at this point now. But yeah, other than that, I hope you liked and enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe before you go if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in another stream or video or in the comments very, very soon. And thanks for watching. I'm going to mixer as well. If Messi goes to PSG, I will be surprised. But other than that, hope to see you in another video very, very soon.